So this video will be very simple and I would actually tell you how to reverse the lifestyle disorders without having to take any kind of medicine or pill or any kind of, treatment that is harmful for you in long term and has enormous side effects. Now, why this information is actually hidden, and actually this information is very simple. You just have to be on an all fruit diet for like 7 days, was a week. And after that, what you would do is include fruits till 12 noon in your daily schedule. And after that, you would have a cooked meal, which means till 12 noon, you would only have fruits. It could be bananas, it could be chikus, it could be mangoes, it could be strawberries, any kind of fruit. Even if we have diabetes, fatty liver, insulin resistance, eat these fruits. I know this sounds contrary to what you are hearing today, but trust me, this information which I am providing you is something which would sound to you, very foreign or very strange because I'm advising you to do something which is not what the allopathy medicines or what the doctor or pharmaceutical companies tell you. But do you notice that what they tell doesn't actually work? Because everyone today is doing the same thing what they are telling, lowering fats in their diet, avoiding fruits, but they are actually including everything that they are saying to include. Like they are on a low fat diet, so they choose skimmed milk, they choose pasteurized milk for calcium, but they still have osteoporosis, still have brittle bones, are still deficient in vitamin D, and that they tell you about vitamin B12 out of somewhere and you are very worried about it. 10 years ago, we don't even heard of vitamin B12. Now you need to understand this is all a matrix made for money. The real reason today humanity is, sick is because of, you know, because of greed. But let's just focus what is the solution. So the solution here is just to eat what is natural, what the Mother Earth has provided us. That is where the problems end. But why no nutritionist or no dietitian would tell you or a doctor would tell you? Because first, it's not their mistake. They genuinely don't know about this thing because we are bombarded with wrong information, with wrong knowledge. Even the research papers, even what we are taught is actually funded. And all this is because of money. So don't get into that. But what I'm telling you here is the absolute truth because this has worked on a lot of people. And I was shocked when I first got to know about that. And I took my college degree in nutrition science and clinical dietetics. And I knew what I was studying was something which does not work, which only works to manage your symptoms, but does not cure you from the root cause. But then I dig deeper into a full rabbit hole and that I went into so many seminars, to workshops, to retreats, and guess what? I saw people getting banned because they were discovering new ways to recover from cancer. Some doctors from Australia, some from New Delhi, some from Mumbai, some from Goa, a lot of that. And they call them hippies because they genuinely know how to heal with just food. But that the technology, all of these science geeks, these scientists, these researchers, all of that suppresses them because they don't want you to find out that it is very simple to be healthy. Because what we are eating today is not actually the food we are meant to be eating. It's just like if a car runs on petrol and you're fueling it with water, it won't work. It may go for a meter, but then it would stop. This is what we are doing today. So our real food was actually fruits, milk, and a very little amount of lentil, legumes, grains, which were actually baked. But today, what we are doing is actually having milk, but that milk is nothing but chemical, urea, hormones, antibiotics. Let's keep that separate. But the milk today is not even worth drinking. It's better not to drink cow's milk. And buffalo's milk, that's out of equation. That is again not the food you were meant to be eating. But hey, if that suits you, if you are in noble age, living your life with joy and having buffalo milk, you have all the flux. I don't even think you would be watching this video because you won't have those kind of concerns. But the thing is, the cow's milk was our food, but it's not anymore. And about eggs and meat, well, if you're eating eggs and meat, I don't have a say because I don't think we were meant to be eating that as well. Because eggs are just a reproductive product of some hen and a cock doing some stuff, and you're eating that product. And even if you want to consider it more, it's a product which is it's a menstruation byproduct also. So do you actually comprehend that? Would you comprehend that you are eating the a product of someone's body? I just find it very, I don't know what to say. But and then about meat, would you actually kill a hen and a goat and then eat it by yourself? No. But you would actually appoint a butcher to do that for you because you don't want to go through that process and then you eat it for protein. And that's another break the lie. Eating protein, getting protein from these animal sources. Yes, this animal has protein, but is it bioavailable? And you would find that Google says this, yes, that this protein is bioavailable, but it is not bioavailable at all. We are not meant to be eating that. Would you would your mouth actually water when you just see something running, which is hen or a lizard or a goat or a rabbit? Would it just drool over it? It won't. But what if you go to a plantation side with guavas, with mango, with banana, with papayas, with apples? There your senses would be active to just pluck that fruit and eat it. This is how we know that what was actually meant to be eaten. But our human consciousness has fallen down so much that we are eating another piece for our own. And you could go into this rabbit hole again, but I would suggest look into it, what we are doing as our actions. And we don't actually need a lot of protein. And the most valuable protein is the plant-based protein, actually, which they don't tell you because, again, it's an industry. So are you eating grow your own plants at home? So who would benefit from that? Note that also. So the real food for us and what should be for you should be fruits, nuts, and seeds. I know it is expensive for some, but it brings abundance. It brings a feeling of abundance when you are having fruits and nuts and seeds. You feel good. You feel light and you don't feel sluggish after eating that. But if your eat hasn't food, they were actually for the laborers to fuel them up for a lot of hard work, which involves physical work. But today we are not actually doing physical work. Let's be real. We are in air conditioned environments. We are sitting on our desk and doing absolutely nothing physically, which requires a high level of energy, if you must say that. Just try eating fruits till 12 p.m. of afternoon. And after that, have your meals, whatever you are eating. But just when you have your meals, make sure you have salads first before your meal. And that meal should actually be plant-based and should not have refined oils at all, and processed foods are out of equation, please. So what I'm telling you here is not to eat processed food because they were never food. They were product which were meant to profit some company over your health. This is all the system. It's a spiker wrap. Again, don't go in it because it's a rabbit hole. You would fall into it deep and could not process what the world is going through right now. But here I'm telling you the truth, and you can actually get it for free. I mean, this video may be shadow banned as well. Who knows? It may not reach on many people, but it would reach some people at least, and they would be helped. But they would feel that it's not true because there are less views who would trust this guy. But I mean, the one who would have it in their destiny would actually do it and then see the results for themselves. So we need to organize our body. And how we do that is by eating fruits till 12 p.m. in the noon, as I told already. And then you would have mostly plant-based food, which means no milk, no kind of dairy. And you would wonder what's an alternative for ghee, because I think ghee is healthy, and yes, ghee is healthy. But, we are being plant-based here. So what you would do is, get good fresh coconut oil and cook your food in. Even mustard oil could work, but not a large amount. Coconut oil is absolutely okay. And some amount of olive oil to drizzle on a salad is fine as well. So try to eat just 3 meals in a day and have at least 4 to 5 hour gap in between your meals and not 2 hour gap. You'd feel the difference. Okay, I could be here saying everything and anything, but until you experience it yourself, then only it would make sense to you. Right now, take it as an assumption. Even in mathematics, we never question what we were being taught. We just assume, let us assume A is equal to B. So here, just assume that this thing works as you have been assuming what they have told you, but actually, you know that it doesn't work. So just assume, just give it a try and see it for yourself. At a bonus point, if you could walk for at least half an hour daily barefoot on grass and to get a soaked sunlight and also drink copper water with all of this, you'd actually be healing your lifestyle disorders. And you won't have to pay a lot of fees to us, and go through tremendous diet plans, movement, workout plans at all. And it would be very easy for you. So thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video.